Kingpin really came about was because it was a process that I developed many years ago when I first opened my agency in 2012, and it's something that I was able to scale because it was something that I could teach to virtual assistants. And that's really what I want to kind of convey right now, is the ability of content marketing is in such high demand, and it's only growing in demand like leaps and bounds. It's growing exponentially or geometrically. More and more businesses are needing, and why is that? Well, because content is part of an SEO strategy. It's part of it does the things that, gives Google the signals that it wants, which is related and relevant content updated regularly across your digital assets. It gives you content to share across your social media sites so that you have consistent and regular updates for your social media, which in turn drives traffic, helps with SEO. So I mean, there's just so many benefits to having to content marketing, and I think it's really necessary in today's environment. In today's digital landscape, it's absolutely critical to be content marketing, or have content marketing as part of your overall marketing effort, your marketing strategy. Okay, and the problem is that most content, it's difficult to generate high quality content when you're for a good price, for a reasonable price, unless you're hiring unless you're hiring subject matter experts, which in that case you're not going to find anything that's reasonable. It's probably going to be rather expensive. And what I found was that was very, very difficult to be able to offer that as a service to local business clients, content marketing, for a reasonable price. If I was paying an expert writer in that industry, first of all, I have to find somebody that's an expert in that particular field or topic to be able to write for you. That's difficult, all in itself. But then to find somebody that is willing to write for you for a decent price, that's difficult. So there wasn't a lot of spread there as far as markup, potential that I could mark up services from other people writing. And so, I was looking for a better way. And so I started actually writing a lot of my own content originally many years ago. And and it was just really inefficient. I wasn't a subject matter expert on most of the things anyways. And so I would have to do a lot of research just to write a simple blog post. Excuse me. And of course that wasn't efficient. It was a huge time waster. So when I learned what content curation was, it was interesting to me because I saw the potential of being able to generate content much, much quicker, and actually not having to be a subject matter expert, because other people on the web that are subject matter experts produce really good content. So why not just borrow some of their content? And you got to do it in a proper way. There's no question. You can't just take other people's content and use it, guys. That's copyright infringement, and you can get in trouble with the DMCA, Digital Millennium Copyright Act. So you don't want to do that. You got to know how to cite and attribute the source. Attribute cite the source. Give attribution to who actually wrote the content, and we talk about that inside the training. But once you understand the mechanics of curating and how to do it properly, it's so much easier to be able to generate content that is high authority, engaging type content that is topically relevant, and much better than trying to fake it or hire content farm writers to produce content that has just been scraped from the web and put through a spinner. And maybe, perhaps, if they're good content farm writers, they've edited the spin tap, they've edited it once they've spun it to where it's readable. But that, clearly anybody that knows anything about a subject that would come by and read an article like that is going to know it's crap. So once I realized that content curation could be a great way to be able to generate content very, very quickly and borrow the authority and the expertise of others, then I realized that that was the way to go. And I cut my blog posting times down, even for money site content, guys. I'm talking about content that I would post to my clients' sites. I would cut it down from maybe 2 hours from a blog post to 20 to 30 minutes of my time. And then once I refined that process a bit, and I had a pretty good system down that I was following myself, and again, this is back in my early days of when I had first opened my agency, so I was doing a lot of the work myself. But once I learned how to actually outsource and hire virtual assistants, the process that I developed for content curation was something that could be taught to others. And I, just like in all of our other courses, guys, I highly encourage you to go outsource this work. One thing you can do is pick up this course and then plug your virtual assistants that you hire into the course and let them go through it, and when they come out of the other side, other than just a little bit of guidance and direction from you, their employer, they'll know how to curate from that point forward. And that's really what I did, and I was able to scale. And I hired a couple curators to begin with. I trained them, and then it scaled all the way up. And right now I have 9. I have a total of 9 curators that I manage, and some of them do curating for link building. So those are like Philippines VAs. So English is not their native language. That's not their native speaking language. So I use them for like link building type curated posts, which I think is important. For money site posts, where I have to have content that's a bit more top tier content, I have native English speaking curators, which I pay more for, but they're definitely worth it. And what's great is we're able to generate content very quickly for a fraction of the price that it would have cost to hire a subject matter expert. So, for example, just because I know that this is the reason I'm telling you all this, guys, is because you can create a whole stream of revenue just from content marketing. Forget about SEO for a minute. Yes, you can use this, by the way, as part of your SEO plan, but you can also have a content marketing business, which is essentially arbitrage, right? You find a client that needs content marketing services, which they're a dime a dozen now. They're all over the place because, again, the demand is going up so much. But find clients that need content marketing, which is pretty much any local business. Any business, period, is going to need content marketing services. And then you tell them, okay, it's going to be X amount of dollars per post. We're going to do 2 or 3 posts per week, so that comes out to be, blank dollars per month. And then you go find a curator and train a curator, or hire a virtual assistant cold, put them through this course so that they can be your curator, and then pay them obviously less than what you're receiving from the client. And so, for example, with my money site curators, the ones that curate on my client sites and my own lead gen sites and things like that, I pay anywhere between $8 to $15 per curated post, depending on what topic they're curating on, who the client is, what the budget is, all that kind of stuff. But I pay anywhere between $8 to $15 per post. But I charge anywhere between $15 to $35 per post to my clients. So, and if we're doing 2 or 3 posts per week, let's just say that I'm paying my curator $10 per post and I'm charging $25 per post, and I'm doing 2 posts per week. That's only $50 per week to the client, so it's $200 a month. But I'm only paying the curator $10 to $80 for the month. So it's $120 in profit that I really have nothing to do other than originally train the virtual assistant, and then when we first set them up for a new client, I have to kind of guide the content sources. I have to work with them just briefly while they gather the content sources in which they're going to be pulling content from. And that's just kind of a little bit of oversight that I do as the manager, as the point of contact with my clients. But other than that, once it's handed over to the curator, we've got the process in place, which is just a matter of minutes once you have the system in place. Then they can start curating, and it's literally just money in the bank for me. Every single month, like from that one example, I'd be getting $120 a month. Well, that's very scalable, guys. You can repeat that across multiple industries. You can repeat it across multiple clients. For link building, I use Philippines VAs, like I said, that I typically pay on the neighborhood of like $4.50, $4 to $4.50 per hour, something like that. And they can curate posts that I use for link building, for Tier 1 link building, at the rate of about 3 posts per hour. So that's 1 post every 20 minutes. Or at $4.50 an hour, that's $1.50 per curated post. And curated posts are so much better for link building than trying to use content generators or spun articles, especially for Tier 1 links. And I know, some of my partners can chime in on this, but you don't want to use shitty, crappy content for Tier 1 links, because that can actually damage your site. So that's really what the whole idea behind Content Kingpin is, guys. Is it's training about how to create revenue from content marketing, but doing it in such a way that it's very, very efficient and easy to do and can be 100% outsourced, guys. And that's really the key. None of you guys should be curating your own posts unless it's something that you enjoy doing. Does that make sense? If you truly enjoy doing it, then by all means, that's what you should be doing to make money. But I bet most of you have content needs and you don't like creating it. So you can outsource it instead, and that's the point. Let's see. Questions so far. I'm seeing Adam posting. Let me see. I'll jump back over to the events page. Oh, look at all the people where they're at. Okay, Poker Pro says, is this the same US content curation from Semantic Mastery? Yes, it's the it was Curation Mastery course. We updated it. We added some things. We took some things away. We reworked it. But yes, that is the Curation Mastery course from last year. Is essentially the meat of the content because the principles haven't changed, but there has been some updating. How long does the JV contest last? I guess till the end of launch, right?
Yeah,
Adam?
I wrote that in there for Greg.
Okay. Yes. Did you say those who previously bought Curation Mastery will get Content Kingpin for free? Yes. Just submit a support ticket, guys. Support@semanticmastery.com, and you will absolutely get it. So, guys, if you have any questions, post them on there. And I'm going to jump back over to the training and show you guys just kind of a walkthrough of the site, so you can see what's going on. So, first thing first, when you come into the membership site, you'll see that this is the welcome video. I encourage you to watch that because, again, I talk more about why content curation is so important in content marketing in itself, and again how to monetize it. You guys, as you know, if you're providing SEO services, I think it's absolutely required that you learn how to do this, in my opinion, because the quality content is so much better. It's much cheaper to produce, and you can get it done very quickly. You can produce a lot of content very quickly this way. But again, as part of an SEO, when I'm selling or pitching to a prospect, a new client, for example, part of my SEO proposal includes content marketing. That's just like I don't do SEO unless it includes content marketing because it's so critical to what's required nowadays. Okay, and so content marketing is really part of an overall SEO strategy and an overall marketing strategy. I don't want to say just SEO because I'm talking about for social media and for driving traffic and all different kinds of stuff. Content marketing is just part of an overall marketing strategy. But I do have some clients that I'm not actually doing SEO for, but I'm providing content marketing services. So you can generate revenue from this regardless of whether you're providing SEO services or general marketing services, or if you want to do this particularly or specifically as just a content marketing business. Part of the reason I like that, by the way, is because if you're providing SEO services, that's a results-based service. In other words, you're promising a result from the SEO, whether that's higher rankings, higher visibility, improvement in the SERP position or search engine results placements position, or whatever it is that you're using to provide, or your key KPI, key performance indicators, right? Whatever you're trying to show your client with SEO, there's going to be some sort of results base. With content marketing, there are a lot of results that come from content marketing if done correctly, which improves SEO, and it can drive traffic, and it can provide content for social media properties. However, you can sell it on just an activity-based service, which means you're selling the service of producing content. So the results are a benefit. They're